think we should be good on all three of the various networks. Let me check. Yep, I see me on YouTube. I see me on Twitch. And there I am on Facebook as well. All right. All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream here on twitch.tv/DDO stream. I'm DDO's Community Manager Cordovan, and we are in the midst of downtime. We're almost ready to open the worlds, though. We did announce a 1 p.m. extension just in case. But now I'm seeing an email just basically right after I made that announcement that we think we resolved the issue, and so we should be opening up actually within a few minutes here, so you can watch live as I announce that the worlds are open. Because that's exciting. Hey, all right, so what is exciting, though, I can talk a little bit about our upcoming plans here a little bit. I can do some Q&A until the worlds are open. I can talk to you a little bit about the bonuses that are going to be happening this weekend, plus a day, because Monday's a big national holiday. So kicking off tomorrow is double daily dice on the non-hardcore worlds. Remember, the hardcore league is not getting the DDO bonuses. Just the regular worlds. Double daily dice through Monday, September 2nd, being shut off early in the Eastern morn on Tuesday, September 3rd. So that'll be double daily dice, and that's kicking off here. Additionally, we are working on we had some downtime today to do some kind of just sort of hardware style maintenance. And we are very close to opening the world, if not open. Just check email. Yeah, we're literally within a couple minutes opening the worlds here, so I will be on the Hardcore League running my 4th character. Sigh. Since last we meet, Kobold Killa met an unceremonious end at the hands of 3 kobolds and a named kobold in the waterworks. I was kiting the named guy, doing generally fine. A couple of kobolds came up behind me, whack, whack. The thing about the Hardcore League is that everything is fine until it isn't. And when it isn't, it just goes... You find yourself in the land of lost souls before you can say, gosh darn it. Maybe you know what I'm talking about. Anyway, so I am currently on I'll find out here in a second, but I believe I'm on a level, I think I just hit level 5 late yesterday. If not, I'm pretty darn close to it. And what am I doing for life number 4? I am a rogue. Yep, I am level 5, thankfully. I'm a rogue, and that means traps are on me. One of the issues I've run into in the Hardcore League so far is that... you either need to get a rogue hireling, or you need to be able to survive your way through traps, which, let's be honest, is kind of a bad idea if you're going in on Elite and Reaper. And generally, if you're not responsible for yourself and your own survival, you will die. This is something that I heard Lessa talk about in the Damsels of DDO. I believe I've heard her talk about it elsewhere, and it is true. You have to slow down, you have to be careful, and you have to be responsible for your own life, ultimately. You can't depend on someone else. Now, this rogue is getting UMD'd up, so eventually I'll have some scrolls on that I can do. At the moment, I'm just chugging my way through potions here, so that's all I'm doing right now on the rogue that I will be playing in just a second. This is on the Hardcore League world, and it looks like we are indeed open for biz. So let me just kind of focus the camera here just a second, and then take care of a small amount of messaging that I need to do just as part of my work I have to do. And then I'll be back with y'all in just a smidge. In the meantime, just say hi in chat. Let me see if the game worlds are open. 12 minutes after I announce an extension. But hey, that's good news. Game worlds are open. So one of the things I can say is that we believe that hopefully, well, we think there may be some hardware-related and kind of environment-related issues that caused the recent AI and kind of pathing concerns that have been raised validly in recent days. So a pretty good chance that we may have taken care of that one today. That was the reason for the extended downtime. We'll see once we actually kind of get people in the game world and, you know, see what's all going on there. But hopefully we have progress that we can announce here on that. And if not, we are working on a patch if we need to. That will basically take a priority. So we will end up probably doing a patch for the next week if it is not resolved with today's maintenance. Otherwise, we've got update 43 coming soon, but it's still baking in the oven just a little bit, so it'll be a little longer on that. And otherwise, probably like a lot of you, we've been enjoying the Hardcore League, and that's going strong here. So hopefully you've been digging it. Let me actually take a look at the leaderboards here in just a minute. Make sure I don't have unspent. Yep, I'm saving that 1 point till it becomes 2. And double daily dice is tomorrow, so no gold roll. Reminder, wait on double daily dice for your gold roll, unless you're a season pass holder, in which case, you're good. But I have a fellow guildie with me here. Let's see. Will I be doing an open party? The moment has come. Do I put my hands in your life or not? The problem, well, I mean, I have to admit all my deaths have been my fault. I can't blame others for them. But do I want to invite people into my party and then maybe die because of it? I don't know. Oh, I will say one other piece. This is an important piece of news related to the Hardcore League as well. It is not intended that your Reaper XP leaderboard position be retained upon death. When you die, you're supposed to be removed from that portion of the leaderboard like you are with the favor portion of the leaderboard. We are going to fix this. So, and probably whatever our next patch is going to end up being, it'll be that in there. And so if you have died yet remain currently on the Reaper leaderboard, enjoy your time there, because it may not survive. Alright, I'm level 5. Make sure you guys are level no higher than me. I'm not looking at the class list. Alright, let me get up Twitch chat here. So I had done some rogue hirelings, and it works, but you still have to call them to you, so you do still put yourself in danger. And ultimately, this time around, I'm going with, at least at the moment, an inquisitive build with a rogue, basically all rogue. And I'm with a guildie, that's who Lizzie is in chat here, and the guildie and I are kind of working through. Now the guildie's playing a cleric to help me out here, and I'm taking care of the trap roll, which is kind of a nice 2-person combo. to go through the hardcore league. But we're going to open it up to the group here today, so we'll see how it goes. And if you guys kill me, I will rage on camera, the likes of which shall go down in Twitch history. No, I won't. I'll be fine. I've actually been strangely zen. I've lost 3 characters. And I have been strangely zen about it every time. I've been angry. Don't get me wrong. I've been like... But internally, at the moment, it's just been like... Yeah, that was me. I caused that. I either ran too quickly, moved too quick, aggroed too much, failed to keep tabs on my healing, didn't plan ahead, or ran stuff that was stupidly difficult beyond what my character was geared and capable of. So I cannot blame anyone but myself until now. So already have TR characters in the server. That's awesome news. My main goal on this character right now is 1750 favor, level 20. 1750 favor, level 20. If I get those 2 goals on this character, then I'll probably leave that person and then restart fresh on a character that I'll do whatever with. I'll be a little more risky with, or I'll try to get some of that Reaper XP or whatever. But I'm going to hit 1750 and 20 and then just park. That is the intention. So, all right, we are running in Catacombs Part 1. That's why I wanted to make sure that no one was above level 5 here. And this is being run on Elite. We are not running Reaper. It has been very painful to see the poor folks.
Does anybody need any resists?
I'm going to have to make sure I stock up a little bit on bolts.
The sanctuary is quiet, save for distant scratching sounds. The smell of blood hangs thick. Something awful has happened here.
I'm actually going to, I've got the game set on ultra high on this computer, and just because I'm streaming to 3 different game clients, and kind of taxing my computer with XSplit and Windows open and stuff, I'm kicking the graphics down slightly for the stream here. If you want to see maybe, because you know my home computer is so much more awesome than this thing. This thing's a piece of junk compared to the awesome rig I got at home. No, my rig is not that great. But please, let me talk about my rig. I can run an ultra high no problem at all at home. So I've been doing some kind of impromptu hardcore league streaming. Just in the evenings, typically when I get home after dinner, till I move on to my evening and or start playing on the hardcore league or other games without streaming it. But I have been doing some just kind of impromptu streaming. So if you just kind of want to hang out a little bit in the evening, keep an eye on that Twitch channel. And like I said, I've been kind of saying, hey, it's all good. Let's do it. So. All right, let me go back and see what we got for chat. Yes, correct. The Pale Master and Epic Destiny work that was announced as planned for Update 43 is actually currently live, and that was Update 42 Patch 4. And so that's the stuff that is in the release notes already. Yeah, Kobold Killer was the one that got me in terms of death because I really thought I would be in a better position to have survived it. Because I was doing just fine. through waterworks. Really no issues at all. I did have, some electricity potions, things resist electricity to deal with, say, shaman lightning bolts and some things like that. So I thought I was, frankly, in a good position heading into waterworks there. And then we were working on the part to rescue Arlos. And just next thing I know, bam, 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 I was just gone. It was just too many hits in too short a period of time. I had been cutting the named, which, I was doing fine there. I think the named was down to maybe 30% or so, when I just had not taken account of the kobolds coming up behind me. And like I say, next thing you know, boom, there you go, dead back in the land of lost souls. And it was very frustrating. So this time around, I'm trying to be a lot smarter and slower and not think I maybe know where everything is and just assume I don't. And then when I'm correct, well, that just makes it that much easier.
So what you're saying is the poor kobolds got their revenge on Kobold Killer.
Yes, correct. They did indeed.
The stench of corruption grows stronger.
I appreciate the people who plan for their ultimate demise by picking a name that will look pretty funny when it says so-and-so has died, like, romance is dead at level 4. So, for those who are just kind of curious, I have not been engaging in a lot of DDO store transactions on my most recent characters here. Now, I did on the first couple, just to kind of see what the impact it would be and all that, but on, like, these particular characters, I'm not chugging down sovereign pots and any of that sort of thing. And I don't actually, on this particular character at this point, even have an XP potion going. Because I'm going with 1750 favor, that means you're basically running all the quests, with a few exceptions now and then, all the way up through the level range. And so what that means is you're going to outstrip your XP. You don't want to be more than 4 levels above, which will give you an XP penalty, but ultimately it's fine if it gives you an XP penalty, because you're going to have so much XP you don't know what to do with it all. Seriously. So you're going to end up capping your XP eventually, but not for a while yet. So, but what that means is that level 5, you don't... 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, so make sure that when you're level 5, you clear out all of the level 2 quests. When you're level 6, clear out all of the level 3 quests that you're going to do. And just sort of as things either happen or don't happen, you will earn enough favor to keep going. But you're going to earn more XP than you really know what to do with there. So you can, if you're going for favor, largely get away, particularly at the low levels, without having to worry about XP pots. So if you get some, say, as part of an expansion purchase that you've made, or you choose to purchase one, or things like that, you can also kind of save that for the gaps that you might want to plan for if you really want to get into XP and favor charts. Good team going, Warforged Artie, and I'm a Halfling Monk, Dark Elf, Mohawk. So I had good luck on a Warforged too. Kobold, was Kobold Killer my Warforged? I had a Warforged, and it was a Warforged Pally, and it was actually going quite well. I was real pleased with the way that, because I was a Blade Forged, I got a bunch of repair spells and that right off the bat, and that worked out pretty cool. So
I went up
good.
to the stupid Derek around.
That's not bad either, actually. Actually, you know what? I think I need that. I need to get a better crossbow because I'm still using the starter crossbow as an inquisitive, but I'm just basing it on the inquisitive for now. But what is the word on bloody footprints being only visible to self? I don't have a word to provide other than to say that we are looking into it. I don't know. So typically that kind of thing, I believe, would actually typically only be client side. So I'm not quite sure. Oops. Did I? Oh no, I'm going up to the top. Am I not? I think it would normally be client side on that kind of thing, but perhaps that's something we can look into. That's true. There is no free way to get rogues. You can also get them with astral shards.
Can't get him to advance the quest.
Archbishop Dryden waits to speak with you at the top of his dais.
Dealing with ongoing mummy rot after doing the sands keeps resetting. Oh, bummer. Well, you know, that's, what is it? I can't remember if it's disease and curse or curse and disease, one after the other, and you can just pot your way to that if you need to. But if you're talking about some kind of persistent bug effect, then I guess it's just something we're going to have to look into. But yes, I will not be doing Manectarin until I've got something to deal with that. One thing we noticed due to the renown loss when someone leaves a guild, the guild level decreasing has mismatched messaging. That
The moans of the undead rumble throughout the sanctuary.
it's typically only a thing you're going to notice at the lower levels, because that decay after a while would typically not be enough to drop you down a whole guild level. But on the situations where it does, I can, you know,
The stench of walking corpses
see that there might be an
hangs thick in
oversight,
the air
say, in the
here.
UI. It would not surprise me. Can I run Wrath of the Earth on Ultra High? I can run just about everything on Ultra High. Most modern games, although I haven't checked like the brand, I don't play a lot of the super bleeding edge games in terms of like graphic capabilities. So most of the games I'm playing are a little less so. But like Wreckfest, you know, is a pretty graphics intensive kind of race car game sort of thing. And I'm able to run that on the highest settings on my computer at home. I don't have a 1080, I have a 1060. So that will limit me pretty significantly and not give me ray tracing. I'm also not running in 4K, because frankly, I just don't really feel the need to. So, I'm sure eventually I will move to 4K, but at the moment, 1920 by 1080 is perfectly fine with me. And so I'm running most games on ultra high, including DDO, and it's silky smooth. And so even when I'm streaming, you can go check that out if you want to. And like I say, I'll be kind of rando streaming that, as I have been over on twitch.tv/DDO stream right here in the evenings. Probably not, well, maybe even a little this evening. I also have some tabletop D&D tonight. That'll be on Even's channel. That's DDO_even. I think that's like about 10:30, and that's some tabletop goofiness that me and some other peeps are up to. So, yeah, remove curse, then remove disease. I know the order matters. I usually just, it's like the USB plug. You take one potion and then the other, and then you're like, oh crap, it's the other one. And then you take the other potion and then the first one. That's how you remove mummy rot. Yes, mummy rot, the USB port of DDO. Yeah, I really liked using that little hardcore image on that as well. It was kind of a last minute idea that I think is working out pretty good. Is the Adventure Compendium changes active on live? No, not yet. For what
The scrape of
what are we
bone
talking
against
about there?
stone
So we
sounds
have
from the north wind.
a intern that is working on some kind of engineering and
Something
systems and
strange
things
ahead.
like that.
The blood
Some
stains on
technically
the floor
proficient
seem to go
person
through the wall on the
who
right.
actually
You have
comes
found
from
a
the
secret
DDO
room.
community.
This must
And
be
that
where the
person is
warden
an
kept his
intern
keys.
with us throughout the
His
summer.
body lies on the floor,
And
twisted
goes by
to
the
death.
forum name of SIIC, and kind of made a first announcement on the forums, which was, yo, we're going to be able to sort the Adventure Compendium by quest level, and it'll know the difference between heroic and epic. Hallelujah. Etc., you know. I was like, yes. And everyone hated it. The players were like, no, go back to the way it was. Putting things in numerical order makes no sense whatsoever. I demand that it be less convenient. So we'll be reverting that change. I have nothing really to announce regarding the 64-bit client in DDO, other than to say that we are continuing to look into it, and I believe some person has recently done a little bit of work kind of poking around at it and stuff. So while I don't have anything to announce today, stay tuned. We may well be bringing that to you in the future if we can. We'll see. See how it goes. We would like to. Any news on the Festival Card Cruncher? No news on the Festival Card Cruncher. As far as I'm aware, that NPC will never be making a return. Servers, people have done the math work on the servers, and it's like, what, somewhere in New Jersey-ish? Something like that. But we're not getting any more specific than that. If you need to know, you can probably figure it out. Yeah, level 10 with that Barovian crossbow, for sure. Let's see. Okay, any news? It's pity you can't yank bolts out of dead bodies. Yeah, nice. Waste of time servers, I'm gonna go watch paint dry. Alright.
This way lies Minon's ward.
Yes,
Reek
K-Pen
of the
Drop
undead
Axe
almost
is not
palpable.
available on the hardcore server. It's a very specialized NPC that dates back to PAX East 2012, in which point we gave out coupon cards for a code you would redeem, and upon redemption, future characters would get sort of a little reward thing that they would go up to the Leaky Dinghy and speak to K-Pen Drop Axe and get a few potions and what have you. And that NPC was not enabled for the Hardcore League. It's basically a world event property, and we didn't do it this time. I think just due to where we are in the Hardcore League and the rest, I think we're not going to be doing that this time around. But perhaps in the future, we'll remember to do that one if we bring the Hardcore League back. Finally, a similar issue is occurring with the Alabaster Lioness, and that one we technically could bring back, but I think we're just going to wait on that as well. Just because there may be some minor technical issues with messing with world properties kind of in the middle of the thing, right? We want to be careful about that. But at the very least, especially because it kind of doesn't really matter that much. much if you don't have your Alabaster Lioness. Yep. But we have tracked those two particular bits of weirdness down.
Fitzwood vanishes before your eyes.
Laraka Noli, I hear what you're saying, but I think Baldry's just going to kind of hang over on by the harbor where he was. We'll probably have to do that text change eventually, but you know, so. There are Dalarista. Well, imagine that. I couldn't possibly know what that's about. New quests showing up in the adventure compendium that are not yet on the wiki? Must be a bug. Yes, I am on the hardcore server. Nice.
The south wing. This way you hear the rattle of iron, the low metallic growling.
Nope, not available on PS4. We just have no plans to bring DDO to a console. It would be fun. It would be a challenge. And it's just not something we are pursuing at this time. Collectibles mean a lot in the hardcore league, besides, you know, giving you some nice XP and all that sort of thing. That's where you're getting a lot of the kind of rando plat and coin that you're going to need to get stuff done, buy those potions and what have you. So, and the collectibles are good. Make sure, I really like this piece of advice that I heard Lessa give as well, and I would echo it, which is that don't enter a dungeon with anything that is not necessary for that character on that run. Now, you can get real overboard with that if you want to, but in general, that means if you've got a piece of loot that's like for a higher level or something for a different character, put that stuff in the shared bank. Because what if your character dies? Then that stuff is just gone. And that's happened to me, and it's probably happened to you too. So, you know, drop those collectibles into your crafting storage, that kind of thing. And you'll find that over time, even if you do end up losing a fair number of characters, you'll be in a position to have a nice leg up eventually. Yeah, and extra plat put in the bank. I actually am down, well actually I'm up to like 2,000 here now. But just last night I dropped another 4,000 plat in the bank. It's only 4,000 plat, but you know what? Everyone is starting fresh here. And it's, some of those potions get pretty expensive, so. You'll find yourself running out of plat. But make sure you just say, stock some up there. That way you're in a position to at least buy those initial starter potions or resist potions or whatever you might happen to need as you're getting started here on a new life. So the fish, there, in terms of what content, when could we ever do undermount and that kind of
Archbishop
thing?
Dryden waits
It's
to speak with you at the top of his
not the
tail.
kind of thing that we could really kind of discuss openly per se. I mean, you know, we would love to do a lot of different kinds of things, but we want to be careful about what we announce and what we don't, and because we don't. Could we? I probably, in the theoretically, provided that you know there were no license concerns or other rights issues or anything like that. I don't see why we couldn't. But it's definitely not something that you know we've given any more thought to than we've given basically thought about. Wouldn't it be awesome to do any insert thing here in DDO? I agree, Javor. The required intelligence of or
The
lack
smell
thereof
of blood mixes
in
with
playing on
musty
the
scent of old
hardcore
books.
league has been
An
improving
elderly
my regular
librarian
DDO
cowers
gameplay as
nearby.
well.
This must be Gwillem.
Yep, that's right, Richie. That's why the grotto's important, because you need those cure light wounds potions.
In the distance, someone's cry for help is choked off by a gurgling scream. Wet sounds of tearing flesh follow.
Please, somebody, anybody help me?
Yes, there is currently a situation where once you take level 20, you can no longer enter heroic level quests on the hardcore league. Now that's related to the general XP lockout that happens. That prevents, like, say, heroic level characters from partying up with epics and
You hear a
getting tons of
terrible
epic XP,
rending
but due to the kind of
sound from the room
special
ahead.
rules that we have going on the hardcore league here, it's reared its head in kind of an unintended way. So,
A trail of
for now
blood
though, we're all having
leads
to play by
this
the same
section of
rules here,
shelves
right?
and
So
stops.
for now, that is just a rule we're going to have to deal with, and if something there changes, we'll let you know. So.
Ghouls, once librarians, have dragged bodies in here to devour. Behind them lies part of the book of the... A faint voice whispers, "Let the tombs and ossuaries open. Ancient liches arise. A new order has come." The shelves seem slightly askew here.
Uh-oh. Oh. So the worst part about dying in a trap chest is that, you know, you're mad at your dead, and the last thing that you see is the loot that you would have had you not just died in a trap.
Duality has returned.
So
Doom shall
we
dawn.
kind of rub it in. I'm just saying. We kind of rub it in. The most cruel thing that we could possibly do would be to put the Mimic event on the Hardcore League. That'd be the worst, man. That'd be the worst.
Slain the library's unwanted
There might be
guests.
some folks who would like it, but I bet there'd be a lot of folks who'd be like, what? No.
A faint breeze ruffles the pages of the books. A faint voice whispers, "The void consumes the flame. The flame consumes the nothingness. The path." You hear thumps and groans among the shelves of the archives. The undead have overrun this place.
Let's see, where have we not gone? Okay. Are we planning to make Reaper and Past Lives server-wide? No. I can't imagine a world in which we would do that. Sorry. No, you will also not see the... You will not see
from behind the shelves.
Cordovan the admin doing mob spawns on the Hardcore League, I assure you. Oh, out of ammo. Knew I should have got more bullets. I think I saw that I had Capshaw, the Crier favor. And so I think that should help with, like, thieves' tools and such.
A faint voice whispers, "And the dead shall be as the living, and the living shall weep for death."
No, so, like I say, this character in particular, I'm not doing Reaper. I tried to do a little bit of Reaper, and it just seems like suicide for me at this point. I don't have multiple past lives and all that sort of thing in the Hardcore League. So, I'm achieving goals incrementally. I am going to be going to 1750 favor and level 20 first. Let's see if I can do that. You can say all you want about how easy the game is, but let's see you actually do it. And I am going to be hopefully hitting 1750 favor and level 20. At that point, I'm going to create another character and be a little more aspirational, shall we say, and then see how far I can get on Reaper and that sort of thing. But at this time, I think it's going to be enough of a challenge for me to stay alive with those two goals. So. Yeah, yes, as a matter of fact, we do have info on where players are dying and how many deaths there have been. And at the moment, we're not sharing that information. But it's you know as well as I have, it's been thousands of deaths. Thousands. Yeah.
Sorry, Sin, I do not.
Yep, set a goal and stick to it. Because, you know, there were times where it's like, oh, this is an easy quest. I lost one of my lives saying, oh, this is an easy quest. I'll go in on Reaper. And that's fine. It was an easy quest, and it wasn't really difficult on Reaper, except for that one time that we went through a door and a Reaper just basically one-shotted me, and I was dead. So that is why I think it's really intelligent to be very careful as to what you're running on the hardcore server, and that's why we're seeing a lot of deaths.
That should do it.
Frankly, so. Ooh, I think I'll keep that. No, I won't. Quick, I'm just doing a little sell and repair, stocking up on a few potions here quick before we get going again. Quick reminder on a few potion vendors to perhaps check out. If you need quick access, you can get to, the bank on the Caneth crafting hall here. If you have not done the Caneth crafting tutorial, which I don't think I have in this character, you can get that lesser pendant of time that has 20 charges in total and gives you expeditious retreat. So pretty useful if you're looking to get around town quickly. At the moment, I'm trying to deposit most of my plat here. What do I have? 4,000. There we go. So, Techno Beaver 1, basically what happens with a shared bank during a world transfer. The shared bank does not come with you when you do a world transfer from one DDO world to another. So all of the items that are in your shared account bank will not transfer over with you. And so you will want to make sure during the window that you are preparing to transfer your characters from the Hardcore League to the regular game worlds. You will want to consider that and get the items out of your shared account bank that you want to keep. We will be doing a wipe. So, anyway, I don't necessarily need any of it right now, plus I just gave my plat away, but you can get like potions of Cure Serious, Haste, Heroism. You can up your efficiency a little, lesser Restore, Poison Neutralization, Protection potions in particular. You may well wish to have both protection and resist going, and you can get those there. Me personally, now see, this is going to change on different people. Which quests are you going to skip? Which ones are you going to run? For me, I am going to, I think, skip Stealthy Repo, Freshen the Air, definitely Shroud. All the Deliriums. Sorry, Deliriums. Oops, let me get over to House Caneth again. Sorry, Deliriums, I'm not going to run you. The Pit. Unless someone wants to kite me through it, basically. I don't know. Those are probably the ones that come to mind. If we don't have someone to do the Crucible swim, probably not the Crucible either. Because I don't want to be doing the Crucible swim on my Hardcore League character. So yeah, probably the Crucible as well. Oh, Invaders. I'll probably skip Invaders as well. Because of Beholders. And maybe Proof is in the Poison. I'm not sure on Proof is in the Poison. I will definitely not be running Proof is in the Poison at level. But since you can be 4 levels above, that would mean a level 8 in Proof is in the Poison. That doesn't seem too bad. So.
The unearthly cries of the undead fill the tomb. The Drytons have woken from their long rest and hunger for slaughter.
But Proofs in the Poison can be so deadly. I don't know. So it really kind of depends as to how I'm feeling on the character when I get there. I could do Crucible. I might. But I would probably do it on, let's just say, normal or hard or something like that. To start with, just to hopefully not be an idiot and die. Well, be less of an idiot and hopefully not die. Yeah, so I think, proof, maybe. I mean, because you really want to be careful which quests you don't run.
You hear a clatter from the hallway. The sapphire gate is open.
Because the next thing you know, you're going to be... It's that much longer before you hit that 1750, so... And I'm probably not running most of the raids either. Although I don't know. Like Tempest Spawn, I guess. But I'd like Fall of Truth and stuff. I don't know about that. I don't really see myself running that. Reaver's Fate, maybe. Definitely not Abbott. Sorry. So anyway, we'll have to kind of see what ends up happening there, but maybe not Litany? I don't know. Maybe Litany, maybe not Litany. Maybe Prove Your Worth, maybe not Prove Your Worth.
You hear scratching.
Probably not Prove Your Worth, just because you have one bad run on that spike pit area and you're just toast. So unless my evasion is so good that I'm just like, whatever, I'm fine. I'll probably not do Prove Your Worth either. So, the thing about the pit is mostly a me issue. I can't do the pit solo, so I'm not going to even attempt it. But if someone wants to basically, carry my character through it, well, they do all the work. Maybe. But I'm not doing very much of that either. Like I'm not dual boxing or any of that kind of stuff. I don't think I'm going to get on the leaderboard, but I would love to at least hit 1750 favor in level 20, and particularly level 20, because I'd love to get that cloak.
The Emerald Gate is shut. You will have to find a way to raise it.
Yeah, exactly. Carnage Reapers, that sort of thing. Even if you think you're Reaper ready, and even if you're Reaper ready for 95% of the content you're going to face, it's that 5% that's going to kill you. So does that mean you just sort of keep starting over and over and over again? No. Probably not. You want to survive, not die. That's the kind of point. So slow and steady will win the race, I think.
You hear a clatter from the hallway. The Emerald Gate is open.
I mean, technically, if you want to do 1750 favor, I don't even think you need to run all that much on Elite, because you've got plenty of leeway to take some of the quests that you can run, just not on Elite. Get them done on, let's say, normal or hard, and get some favor for doing that. Certainly enough to hit level 20 and 1750 favor if you want to. If that's your... if you want to commemorate your time with the Hardcore League by getting those items, you should be able to do that. Because you can even run it on normal if you wanted to. It would take you a long time, but or actually maybe you couldn't run it on normal. Pretty sure some percentage would have to be on Elite, but those who keep better track of the favor spreadsheets would be able to answer that. I would love to, there was a time where I was like, I'm going to place in the leaderboards and I'm going to do so good. And then I lost 3 characters before I even hit level 6. So, maybe not. But we'll see. I also have not done the threshold as to what you need to do to hit 5,000. Can you hit 5,000, for example, without running the raids, or do you need to run the raids in order to hit 5,000 favor in today's
and
environment?
turns into pounding. Something trapped inside a sarcophagus wants out.
What is the total favor available now? Oh. I don't know. I thought we were over 6,000 or something, weren't we?
You can basically run whatever you want for 5,000. There's almost 6,500 or over 6,500 total.
Okay, that's what I was going to say. Is I knew it was
there's
over.
Plenty,
I thought it
buffer.
was over 6,000. So you don't have to run the raids on that. You can hit 5,000 on hardcore theoretically, and maybe not even have to run everything on elite.
A plaque upon the floor reads, Emilian Dryden, Abbess of Greycliff, and Mistress of the Church Treasury.
What's your health, Lizzie?
Yep, I had a skeleton targeted by mistake, so I was doing damage to him instead of healing me. It would be embarrassing if my first death on this server came, on the live.
You can hit 5,000 doing level 1 to 19 quests, skipping about 700-ish favor going up. Interesting. That's pretty good. That seems potentially doable for me. But we'll see. We'll see. I say that now, but the thing is you can set whatever goals you want. You actually have to achieve said goals. Am I good enough? I don't know. I already used my lesser reincarnation token on this character. Because I was somewhat limited in build points, I ended up not being able to give myself enough intelligence to start off with. And I was thinking, well, okay, there's lots of ways to increase your spot search, all that sort of thing. But it just wasn't high enough to do quests on Elite. So I had to pull back a little bit on my constitution and pull back just slightly even on my dexterity in order to create enough build point space to
A plaque upon the floor
up my
reads,
intelligence enough
"This
for
sanctum in memory of Iso Dryden, prioress, whose body was lost
Sir?
at sea.
no search is wisdom. Spot? Why do I such an idiot? I never remember these. Yeah, search is intelligence, right. Spot is wisdom. And disable is intelligence. Oh, and disable device too. So that's what's up with that. I already used my lesser reincarnation. That's true. Nivmund, very good point. The largest favor amount sits at around level 16 to 19 elite quests. There is more favor in those than there is in 2230. That makes sense to me. So that would make a lot of sense to, at the very least you can hold 19 if you want to and run basically all those quests. So.
Tomb grows louder and louder.
I will probably, given that, there is actually a fair amount of leeway to be had in earning those rewards for favor. I think I might also skip, since I have the ability to, maybe take a few fewer risks than I might otherwise, and still be able to hit those benchmarks. I think I might skip Ghosts of Perdition as well. Is it a must to have falconry, harper,
amethyst
and the new
gate is
trees?
shut.
No, I definitely don't think
We'll
it's a
have to
must.
find a way to raise it.
No, I don't feel it's
The
necessary at
plaque
all.
up on the floor reads, "For us
They give you
strike,
some great
guard
options,
captain
but in
and
terms of
friend the
required, so to
following
speak, to be able to be effective in the game.
You hear a clatter. in
So
the
you were
hallway.
saying Temple of Elemental
amethyst
Evil
gate
might be a
is
skip.
raised.
I don't... Part 2, for sure. Because, yeah, no way am I fighting, Zugtmoy in the Hardcore League. Part 1, though? I would do Part 1. As a matter of fact, I would do Part 1 pretty regularly, because I think you can get some decent gear and loot and things from that. So I think I might actually... Part 1, once you get it down to kind of a system, it's not bad. It's pretty quick. Gets you a lot of reward. Now, against the giants, though,
From Gerard's
or the slave lords,
you
right?
hear the sounds of
Slave
cracking
lords.
bones, gnawing teeth, gibbering laughter.
Man, there's some tricky parts of slave lords, and I die a lot now. So I don't know. Someone pointed out to me something that I hadn't really considered on the Hardcore League the other day, that these monster manual benefits, you know, fresh on a new server, should not be ignored. You can get some nice benefits for, like, killing kobolds and skeletons and things like that in a way that can help you out. How did we change the XP? It would be probably best to refer you to the update
plaque upon the floor
42
reads, "Ansel
patch
Drive,
4
sword
release
and light
notes
undying."
that go into detail as to what we've done. But we've kind of wiggled around the bravery bonus, the bravery streak, first time bonuses, Reaper overlevel lockout, and a few other things that are worth keeping an eye on. The end effect is that there's actually a little more XP than there was. For most players will find it basically even, and we have discouraged some optional farming. So if you are used to kind of doing optional farming, we no longer are really... there's some disincentive to doing that.
Plaque upon the floor reads, "Pascal Dragford, Marshal of the Militant Clergy and High Paladin of the Flame."
So this is an Inquisitive rogue. I have... considered Assassin as well. I think there might be some good Assassin possibilities out there, especially with, like,
the direction of Gerard.
the poisons and such, that you might be able to use to pretty good benefit. I should know that. Shoemaker, I don't.
A plaque upon the floor reads, "Herein lies Lambrick Dryden, Bishop and Defender of the Faith."
Oh, that's cool about the 13th anniversary cloaks in the Hardcore League. That's neat. You're right that it would be cool to be able to kind of rep your house server on the Hardcore League with those 13th anniversary cloaks. Maybe there's something we can do about that in the future.
With a shriek of rusty metal, the sunstone gates enclosing Gerard's tomb grind open.
No, I'm going to be wrapping up at the end of this quest here. I'm just going a little bit long.
Three
Because I started a little
mounted
late, too.
above the gates to Gerard Dryden's tomb. The shadows within the tomb shift disturbingly.
No, I have heard of no plans for, like, quote, surprise cosmetics for the Hardcore League.
As Gerard collapses, his sarcophagus
Gonna have to
shatters
earn it.
violently and explodes in a storm of jagged stone.
Chest open if you want to loot it.
Fine. That's what I get for trying to help out others. Alright, no. Alright, that's going to wrap it up. Alright, thanks very much for watching the weekly Wednesday lunchtime live stream. Like I say, I may be kind of popping on in random evenings doing a little bit of hardcore streaming. Otherwise, you can find the full schedule over on twitch.tv/DDO stream. And thanks very much for watching. I will be back next Wednesday with more. Have a good time. See you soon.